G'day ladies and gentlemen, I just read Sons of the Selenar by McNeill and it was quite cool but also really depressing. This book describes the last stand of McNeill's Shattered Legion's warband as they try to save the Magna Mater from the Sons of Horus. See, there is this cult on Luna called the Selenar. They're a bunch of gene witches and basically to biology what the Mechanicus is to machinery, but then with a bit less religion and a lot more understanding. For the Magic the Gathering players in the audience, they are the Simic Combine from Ravnica. Now this cult has a very special important item called the Magna Mater, which you might know as it is also the item Call used to build the Primaris Marines with in 40k. During the siege however, Abaddon has conquered the moon and has tasked his legionaries with finding and collecting the item. And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for this bunch of meddling Iron Hands, a Raven Guard, a Salamander and a stupid mech bird that survived this one. The story of how these Shattered Legionaries tried to save the Gene Vault from the clutches of the traitors, that's the plot of this novel. My favorite thing about this novel is how it is so unapologetically dark. Already when the book starts, this warband is almost falling apart. One of their captains has become a mechanical monstrosity, only kept alive by Dark Age tech and anger, while their other captain is barely alive in the medbay. Then I'm not even talking about their ship, which can barely fly anymore, or the fact that there are barely enough of them alive to command the ship. And that's just the starting point, it only gets worse from there. To put it simply without spoilers, the plot armor comes off in this book and McNeill has been rewatching Game of Thrones apparently. Another great thing about the novel is the Selenar cult. The gene witches of the Selenar are really freaky and this book does an excellent job at showing you both how interesting and how fucked up they are. On one hand they are really cool, as similar to the Mechanicum they have their own quirky culture, magic and modifications. On the other hand, these cold-hearted psychopaths are creepy as fuck. Imagine a planet filled with dark-side laboratories where these witches test every imaginable mutation upon whatever living being they can find, creating monster upon monster upon monster until they sometimes achieve something cool, such as the Space Marines. They are also completely oblivious to their own lack of ethics throughout the book and frequently hate on the Imperium for corrupting their beautiful works with the warmongery of the Imperium, while at the same time their laboratories would make Fabius Bile blush. Altogether a very interesting faction that I at least didn't know much about before reading this book. It's a bit of a shame that this book is only novella length. The book was much more interesting than The Lost of the Damned and much more happened than in the first Wall, yet this book only gets 100 pages. I personally would have loved to learn more about the Selenar and also the ending really could have done with some more pages. There isn't much else to say about the novella to be honest, and I'm giving this one a solid 4 to 5 metal pigeons. Sons of the Selenar is a great piece of tragedy porn and a proper send-off for the Shattered Legion characters. The major highlight of the novel is the creativity that went into the freaky lunar cults, but it would have been nice if it had just taken some more pages to explore both the lore and the last stand of the characters. Anyway, that's all I got for you today.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing and click ringing the bell to appease the Great Horned Rat. For more lore content, please check my main channel and leave any book recommendations in the comments down below. I gotta get back to reading the next book.